winner of American Idol 2026 is Hannah Harper!
I want to start at the beginning of both of your journeys. Hannah, you kind of just mentioned that you had never really watched the show too much before. So I guess we'll start with you. How did this audition come about for you?
I knew of American Idol, but I never watched it in the past just because I didn't grow up with live television. And I had like a couple thousand followers on TikTok, and I was posting like cleaning videos. And one of them I sang in, and one of the recruiters from Idol seen it and messaged me, and she's like, "Would you be willing to try out?" And I'm like, "You're not real." And it took her like several weeks of messaging me back and forth before I ever was like, "Yeah, like what do I have to lose?" You know? And so that led to one thing and another. And then I did my Zoom auditions. And here we are.
Great story.
Great story.
It's crazy.
That really is crazy because you just never know what could happen
right.
from a simple TikTok.
Yeah.
Social media opens a lot of doors.
Yes, it does. Yeah. Very similar, honestly. I was posting clips online, and I had a recruiter reach out. And honestly, it was a 3-year process. They reached out, and I kept saying no. And I was like, no. And I'm a big fan of American Idol, so I know, the exposure that you can get and the opportunities that come along with it. But I just didn't really consider myself an artist yet and didn't want to pursue it. And so kind of the same mindset, I was like, what do I have to lose? They have much more than I do. And so here we are. Yeah.
And you tried out for The Voice before, right? And
I
that didn't work out.
Exactly. So
was
I didn't
that
really,
kind of...
trying out for The Voice before, didn't get any chair turns.
Which is bizarre.
I kind of knew, I didn't want to set myself up again because it stings a little bit, when you put yourself out there in a vulnerable state like that. But I was like, okay, let's see what happens this time.
Did you take anything from that audition process into this one to like come back better than before?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the first time I was just trying to prove myself worthy to be in that room. And this time, either you're going to love it or you're not. And I don't have to prove that to nobody. I know the Lord loves me and I love him. And he made this opportunity. And so I'm just going to walk in it.
So how did you guys decide on your audition songs? Obviously, Hannah, that ended up really, really working out for you. Did they kind of push you in that direction to sing an original, or was that your choice?
No, they told me to prepare backup. The judges don't love to hear originals because they want to hear something that they're familiar with, that they've heard before. And so I had a backup in plan and never had to use it. So I was really thankful.
Do you remember what the backup was?
Yeah, it was a Jake Worthington song.
Oh.
Which I'm glad I didn't sing it because no one knew it, so it'd be the same as singing an original.
Yeah.
So I was glad I went ahead and just sang my own song.
I had to sing my backup song because I was going to sing String Cheese.
Get out of here.
But she went before I did, so she got it before me. But I ended up singing Goodness of God.
Cottage cheese.
Yeah. I ended up singing Goodness of God because, that's what I sing almost every week at church. And so I was like, well, let's just try it since I can't do Hannah song. But
oh my gosh.
That is hilarious. When you guys look back on the competition as a whole, like what was the most memorable or like the week that was like kind of a turning point for you, do you feel like?
Disney Week was probably a turning point for me. I was more vulnerable on stage as far as like feeling the song and portraying the song more as an entertainer rather than just like the storytelling side of it. And so I had a lot more confidence after that. And it was just a fun night. It was really fun.
Yeah. I definitely agree as well, but I don't want to keep saying all the same answers as you. I would definitely say the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame week was a big week for me. It was a turning point truly for America and myself as far as what they could see and gather from my artistry. And I was very surprised. Even looking back now, I don't know who that was that night on that stage, but he was moving around, spinning around, throwing glasses in the crowd. I said,
that was a good night. That was a good night.
It was high energy. It was so much fun. But it also taught me that I can do that if I want to. And so, yeah.
I feel like a big week for you too was in the week where, the contestants voted you as your favorite.
Yeah.
Did that give you like a nice
Ohana Round was
confident?
It did, yeah. Ohana Round. Oh my goodness, that song. And I've been singing that since I was a little kid. And to be so early in the season as well, I think that was like our third time around each other. And that was our first time ever hearing each other sing.
Yeah, it was.
And so that was just mind blowing to me. Honestly, I feel like that's what motivated me throughout the rest of the competition. I wanted to make sure that they knew they didn't make the wrong choice by giving me that honor of winning a platinum ticket that night, because I was like, oh my goodness, all these people can really sing. And so
They're actually real good.
They're actually real good. But yeah, that was a good point for me too.
What would you each say was the most difficult week for you?
90s week for me. That was probably the hardest.
Was that the judges' choice?
Yeah, it was judge's pick, which I loved the song. It was just a rough week. It's like the point in the competition where you're ready to go home and you're still like fresh there and there's still like a long way to go. So I think mentally it was really challenging for us.
Yeah. I think for me, probably no surprise, but Taylor Swift week was
that too.
Very challenging for me. One, because, we honor her artistry and who she is as a songwriter, but those songs are really hard to sing. It is no joke. Like once you get in there and start practicing them, it's like, okay, only she can sing them. Sure. And so it was a big challenge. One, to make sure I picked the right song, but then two, make sure I delivered it that people would be accepting of it.
Well, you did a great job.
Thank you.
You don't have to worry about that. Okay, let's move into the finale and like the aftermath and everything. Hannah, when you were finally able to tell your kids the news, how did they react? Like when were you able to share that with them?
On stage. My husband FaceTimed them while we were on the stage. And
So
the smallest one was already in bed because it was like 10:30 our time. It was late, but they were just really excited. As soon as I held up the ticket, my 4-year-old was like, oh, he has no idea what it is, but he thinks it's cool. So it was really sweet, right? It's sparkly. That's what he liked about it.
I saw that, there were some like behind the scenes videos where you were having some sweet moments with the judges on stage after. So what did they kind of say to you in that direct moment after you won?
All of them. Each week we got the chance to like mingle with them for just a few minutes before the press line. But Carrie was really encouraging. Just as a mom, she relates and she's like, anything you need in the industry, like I want to be available, help you with whatever you need. And so that was really nice. I think just getting to chat with them after the show and hearing how genuine they are and they're real people who just want to encourage us every step of the way was one of the highlights of the whole competition.
And you've spoken a lot about obviously how much your husband who's here has supported you throughout, this whole journey. So how long after you won were you able to see him and like what did he say to you after?
I don't even remember. It was all kind of blurry.
Yeah.
I know while I was singing, which I can't believe that they had us sing as the confetti was falling. That was nuts. We were worshiping though, and it was really good. I opened my eyes and all of the contestants were behind me. And so I was looking for my husband. It took me a minute to find him, but he came out on the stage within minutes. And so I got to share that moment with him shortly after.
What would you say is like the most important thing he was able to do for you throughout this journey?
Oh man. Probably just like the emotional weight at the end of each night, just like being able to like take it off and be like, here you go. And he would take it every single week. That was probably the best. And I was thankful that I had that because most of the other contestants were carrying it until the end of the competition. And it was like a blanket I got to take off at the end of each night. So that was the best part.
Who from your family was there, Jordan? Like who did you kind of get to see at the end of the night for you?
Yeah, my parents were both there. I had some of my best friends were there, cousins, aunts. I mean, it was almost a family reunion at the American Idol finale because so many people were there. And it meant a lot to have them there. I was blessed and we were blessed to have people at the shows every single week.
Yeah.
And like she said, most people don't get that. And so it was great to have that support and love in the room.
And the best part too is that, you obviously become friends with all the other contestants who got to be there as well. So that's so fun. Okay, well, moving forward, I guess, Jordan, I'll start with you. Like what is next? Are you going to be going back to the church, original music? Like what are your plans?
Yeah, I, again, didn't really consider myself an artist before all of this happened. I just wanted to audition for American Idol. I didn't never in a million years expect to be this far in the show. And so what I keep hearing over the last few days is like, ready or not, it's here. And so, or not is where I'm at. But I'm excited to see what the future holds. I'm excited to get in the studio and start making some music. People really want it. I really want it. And so, yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Do you do any songwriting or are you kind of waiting for people to send some stuff your way?
Both. Yeah, I'm waiting for Harper to write me a song. But also I love writing. Yeah. And I think this experience has brought out a lot of creativity within me. And so I'm inspired by a lot. I definitely have been writing stuff around the room while I've been in LA and making like little voice notes of different stuff. And so I'm excited to put it all together.
And then for you, Hannah, I know obviously, you've spoken a lot about how much songwriting you've done. Do you have like a backlog of stuff you're ready to put out or are you kind of going to start working on that now?
A good collection of stuff that I'm ready for the world to hear, but also like still freshly. I've only been writing for like 2 years, but a lot has happened in the last 2 years, and so I'm ready to share some more.
What are you like looking forward to this summer? Are you going to start working on an album, or is it more just like family and touring situation?
No, we're gonna take like at least till the end of the month just to breathe, and then we're hitting the road. And it's like almost every single weekend until September, around there, where we're on the road and recording as well. So I'm gonna try to keep the fire going as long as I can.
How do you do life on the road with 3 kids?
We're gonna find out. We don't know.
Just gonna have to figure
We're
it out.
gonna figure it out.
I love it. Well, what kind of lessons are you guys going to take from the show in your careers moving forward?
I think that going forward as a person, you just have to be confident in knowing like your ability, and you're exactly where you need to be. And it's one of those things that I walked into the competition feeling very much like this. And then towards the end, I stood taller, not because of my ability necessarily, but knowing that there is a crowd of people who want to hear what I have to say. And so, that's a great feeling, and I think both of us stretched ourselves and grew vocally in a lot of different ways, as well as socially. I was a stay-at-home mom and homeschooled, so like social interactions are not for me. So like interviews and stuff, that was a stretch. But we walked away with a lot of knowledge, a lot.
Yeah, I think absolutely what she said, just being sure of ourselves now, because it is a wild world where we're putting ourselves up on a stage every single week for people to critique us. Mm-hmm. I don't think anyone in this room would do that if they had the opportunity to like just willingly be like vulnerable in a way of like, we love what you did, but here's all the things that we would do. And it's like, we put ourselves in that situation every single week. And I'm just so sure now that we're right where we need to be in doing it how we wanted to do it. And I'm grateful to American Idol for allowing us that opportunity to not have to mold into something that we weren't, but honestly giving us the opportunity to evolve into who we were always meant to be. So, yeah.
Good answer.